So the growing space around the spud is according to the size of the spud. So you don't plant exactly the same measurements every time, but if you open the rows up, you will see that the tubers is placed according to size, that it has better growing area around each potato. So the bell planters is for bigger size seeds. We can plant better with a belt planter, because the cup planter, the seed gets stuck in the towers when it's too big. And if we're planting smaller stuff, we can plant much thicker with a belt planter. We can actually do a spacing of about 2 centimeters apart. So yeah, at this stage, the belt planter is the newer technology that's getting more attention for the development for the future.
Yeah, a really interesting system of how it measures out and actually drops it in furrow. Really exciting stuff from the belt planters from De Wolf. I've heard that there's some interesting results and tests that you did with the stand and quad planter this year. Do you care to share a little bit of info on that?
The quad planter of Standen is the only quad planter that's got a planting element with 4 sets of cups per row that you're planting. So you do exactly quad. It's not that you're just splitting the shoe in the bottom. The system of the quad planting is we take the amount of tubers per square meter, and we can go also on a bed of 1.8 wheel centers or 2 meter wheel centers. And we try to create a 160 to 200 millimeters growing space around each tuber. So your plant population is roughly about 20% more than if you plant just a single row of potatoes, like the normal type of planting is now. We planted in dendron area where we opened the 2 rows a little bit, that our 2 outside rows is 1.2 meters apart. And then the 2 quad rows is 160 millimeters apart, where we spaced the tubers that we get an even stand per row. With a quad planting, it will also help if you're doing drip irrigation, then the drippers can go in between the 2 lines that's close to each other. Yield-wise, it's much more even, the sizing of the potatoes, because of each tuber has got its own growing space now. It's not that they're lying in a straight line, so you're using your soil to the maximum for the growing system that you're using.
And I guess that's what you want, is that even distribution and sizing of the potato, so that you can hit the market with a certain size, and not have the smalls and the overly larges necessarily that kind of always need to make a plan with.
Yeah, what we see is that when we lifted the trials there, that the size was very, very even. From a medium to a large medium, it was 85% of the crop, and that is with the planting volumes that we planted of tubers per hectare. We got up to over 80 tons per hectare on what we harvested, with a very good quality and a very good sizing.
So if we do everything right, I guess the next question